Hi everyone, this is Leslie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about making cube beads out of delicas. You could also use seed beads. These are cool because when you're done, you'll actually have a bead that you can put on put a head pin through, so you can make a pair of earrings, or you could even string them. You could put stringing material and you could string them together. I'm going to be working on this one today, and it's basically going to be made in two halves, which we will zip together at the end. And I'm hoping to get in real close and show you each step of the way because the beads are small. I will do my best with my limitations of camera and focusing, and we'll see how it goes. All right. I'm going to be using two contrasting colors today to show you the pattern of this bead like this. But once you get used to the pattern, you can do things like this. Like for these, I wanted to do one side in each color. So once you get used to the pattern a little bit, you definitely can do those. I think that makes a really fun effect. Okay, let's talk about materials. I've got two different colors of delica beads or seed beads. Push those up a little bit. I've got a number 10 beading needle and kind of a long arm's length of 6-pound fireline in smoke. And again, I'm using two colors just to show you the pattern of this. Now, this is shaped peyote. If you haven't done this, this is a pretty good introductory project on how to make a square. So what we're going to do is increase and make a square, and then we're going to build the sides up a little bit. So the first thing you're going to do is pick up four. I'm going to start with silver, 4 silver beads. Those will be the 4 in the center. Leave yourself a tail, and then go back through those 4 beads. I'm holding it to pull them through. Then, to make a real loop, you're going to go back through the first one, like that. And pull it through. So you have a little ring of 4 beads, just like that. I'm turning it over to get my right hand beading side. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is pick up the other color, in this case the green, and you're going to peyote 1 bead in each corner. So between each bead, you're going to put 1. So 1. Make sure that sits right at the diagonal when it goes in. 2. We'll pull it tight at the end so that it makes this lovely little square shape out of 8 beads. 3. Whoop. That's okay, I'm going to pull that tight. And 4. And don't forget on this one to step up. So you're going to go through 2. Okay, and then give that a pull so that it makes this little shape. Okay, you've got 8 beads. Okay, so for a lot of these shaped peyote pieces, there will be an increase cycle. That's what they call it. And for a square, the increase cycle is 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. What that means is that each time you go around, you'll put that many beads in the corner. So the first thing we're going to do is start with 3. So you're going to pick up 3, and you're going to put 3 beads between these 2 green beads. So this is going to be one of our corners. Now, you're going to see they're going to kind of sit kind of wonky like that. You want to take your fingernail and push down the bead in the center. These 2 beads are going to sit up, and the middle bead is going to sit right next to the first silver one. I'll show you that again on the next side. Pick up 3, go through the green bead. See how they sit like that? So push that middle bead in so they sit kind of flat. That gives us a little base for increasing. Pick up another 3. One more time. Again, push it down in there. You can also push them all down at the end, which is what I do. You see how that one got a little wonky? I'll have to go back and push that one down. Now the last one, you're going to go through the green and the silver. So you're stepping up, go through 2. Okay, let's go back and see what we have here. Let's push that one down. That one needs a little push. This whole thing is actually a little bit loose, a little looser than I'd like it. So I'm going to kind of pull on both ends of the thread, tighten that up a little bit. So you should have these, each of these at kind of a diagonal. Usually it's a little easier for me to do this, but somehow, of course, this one is giving me a little trouble. Anyway, it's going to all come into place when I start going around. Okay, so for the next row, turn it back over. The increase is going to be 2. 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. So I'm going to pick up 2. I'm going to skip that bead in the middle and go through the silver bead. So you're going to have 3 over 2. And then next, I'm going to peyote 1 with green. That'll be over the green one in the previous row. And I'm going to continue that increase around. I'm going to do 2. Again, 3 over 2. And 1 green. Once again, 2, 2 over 3, and 1 green. There's that. One more time, the last one. Do 2, and peyote 1 and step up. Got a knot in my thread. Okay, so now this is actually starting to make a square. Hopefully your beads are sitting together nicely. Mine are looking okay. I wish they could be a little bit better. All right. Now, the next row, we're going to do exactly the same thing. This is going to be another row with 2 beads at the corner. So you're going to increase 2 at the corner. You're going to go in the very next bead. It's going to be 2 beads over 2 beads. And those beads should sit a little bit like that, in kind of a V shape. Then we're going to peyote 2 green in these 2 spaces. At the next corner, you're going to do the same thing. 2, peyote 2, 1. Let those sit. They should sit just like that. 2. I'm going to do it again. 2 in the corner, 2 green, 1, 2. Adjust your corner beads. Should sit just like that. One last time. 2 and 1. And this one time you're going to step up. So you're going to go through 2 beads. Let's have a look. Okay, we're getting a pretty nice square here. I need to just pop that out a little bit there. That's looking pretty good. Now, so we did 3, 2, 2, and so the next row is going to be 1 in the corner. So we're just going to put 1 between the 2 corner beads, and then peyote around with green. And you're going to do 3 on each side this time. 1, 2, and 3. There we are. Now keep going around, and I will meet you at the end of this row for stepping up, and then we'll talk about what's next. Okay, there it is. Actually, I went ahead and finished this row. Just stepped up. See how it looks like a really nice square? It was a little wonky in the beginning. I wasn't so happy about it, but it ended up looking like a nice square, and it will as you pull the beads, and delicas always fit together so nicely. We are on our way to our 1/2 of this bead. So the last row in the increase cycle is 0. So you have 1 bead at each corner. So basically you're just going to fill in with green. You're going to put 4 green on each side. Until you go all the way around. So just keep peyoteing around. It's going to be like that. You won't use any silver beads. And that will be the last row in this increase cycle. So I will come back at the end of the row and step up for the next row. Okay, I've come back to show you the last one because this has been a little tricky and it has caught me off guard in the past. For your last one, you're going to step up at a corner, and that can be a little weird. So you go through the silver and then in the next green. So it will look like that in your. So it'll look like that. So you'll have 4 green on each side and a silver at each corner. So that's the end of an increase cycle for creating a square. If you would like to continue and make the square bigger, you can continue with that increase cycle. You can put 3 at each corner again, 2, 2, 1, 0, and you can make this square as big and flat as you want to. But for us, we want to start building up the sides. So we are done with increasing. So basically, the next few rows we're going to be peyoteing around. And you'll see once you stop increasing, your sides will start to build up and they'll start to sit on top of each other. So I'm peyoteing with green, and when I reach the corner, I'm going to put in a silver. And when I pull that, you'll see that that silver bead will sit right on top of the silver bead in the previous row. So that's how it will kind of build up. So you increase when you want to make something bigger, and then when you want to build up the sides, you stop increasing and just start doing peyote stitch, and you'll build things up. I use this technique a lot in my work. Again, here we are at another corner. You're watching, okay. See how they're sitting on top, and it's actually already cupping up to make the sides. Keep going around, and I will come back at the end of this row. Okay, here we are again at the end of the row. I've got my last silver bead to put in, and then I'm going to step up into those 2 green beads right there. So you see we're already making a little kind of tray like this. So for this next row, it's going to be all green beads because we already have a silver at the corner. So I'm going to peyote all the way around. Let's see, you've got 4 beads per side. So you can count those out. 1, 2, 3, 4 per side. Okay, and I'll meet you at the end of this row once again. Okay, I've got one last green bead to put in, and then I'm going to step up again into 2. And then what I like to do is kind of squish it with my fingers a little bit, and then I'll make it a real square shape. You've got those beads in the corner to hold it. Now, I want to show you that you've got 2 beads on the side here on each corner. This little one has 3. Now, you need a total of 7 beads on the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 beads on each edge. And then we're going to zip them together. So we're going to continue peyoting around on this one until you have 4 beads. You have built up 4 beads on the corner. And so I'm going to continue to do that, and I will come back and talk to you about zipping them together and the second half of this. Okay guys, I have created this half. You see, I went all the way, I kept peyoting around and stepping up for each row until I have 4 corner beads. And each corner ends with an up bead. It's an up bead and a down bead next to the corner. Now, I already made my second half. You need to go back and follow the directions from the beginning and make another half. But this one you will make with 3 beads at each corner, and each corner with a down bead. See the difference between those? To zip it up, you need to have this configuration so they will fit together, and that'll make a total of 7 beads. I also tied off all my threads so that it will be easier visually to follow. But let's see how these are going to fit together like this. Okay, so that's what zipping it together looks like. So I've got my thread coming out here. And I'm going to line up the threads. This is a little hard for me to see in this light. Okay, we're going the right way. But you can see how this side is going to line up like this. It'll get easier to get a few beads in here. So I'm going to peyote one side to the other, and that's called zipping it up. So I'm going out here, I'm going to go in the next bead over here, and I'm going to go in the corner bead and into the next green bead, and you're just going to go back and forth, sewing the 2 sides together. And when you're done, it will be seamless. You won't see this at all. You just go from one to the other, back and forth. I think I might make a necklace with these. They're really fun to make. I love the zipping up step. It's always very fun. The most important thing with this row is just to get everything lined up properly before you start sewing. Okay. So the side's going to look like that. And just keep going. You could make this a different size too. You could do fewer beads on the side or more, and that will make it like a little or a little flat square, or you could make a long kind of tubular one, whatever you want. I just thought the square is kind of visually pleasing. I thought that would be a good place to start with this technique. Oh my gosh, let's see, I've only got one side left. See that? You can see there's still a little gap. I thought I was done, but no, let's see. One more side. and staying with you just so you can really see how this works. Okay, I think we're back to the beginning. So then you're going to just go through and tie off your thread, and you'll be done. You've got your little cube bead. Again, you can use for an element, for an earring, or you can use them, it already has a little hole in here that you can string through. Thank you for watching. And if you make this and post pictures on social media, I'd really appreciate a tag. And let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching.